I want to talk to you a little bit. We've had the great fortune of working with many of you before at IIeX Go. We're a innovation consultancy working in ideation and concept development at the very front end of innovation. We are typically funded around half the time by market research and around half the time by brand. And the way to think about how we work in our typical kind of our core offering is we design the inputs for great research. I want to talk to you about a new offering we have, though, working with, let's go back. Let's go back one more, please. Is that working? There we go. I don't know if this is working. Working with the Innovation Engineering Institute, we have Innovation Engineering, the new offering. It's an entire system to increase speed of innovation up to 6 times while reducing risk 30 to 80%. This is all based on some research up front of CEOs, asking them about what were their biggest challenges with respect to innovation. These are the two that came up. They say it takes too long and there's too much risk attached to it. This is all rooted in fear, essentially, both of those conditions. And so we went to work on how to address that. It's asking the question, basically, we know that when a new product comes out, any new initiative, if you're doing it right, you have the first period where you can be very highly profitable. This is very similar to the diffusion of innovations curve. Max profit is somewhere there at the peak, and then you start looking at cost cutting and decline. It's simply asking the question of our clients, where are you on the curve and where would you like to be? We can assume we know what the answer is. Why innovation is that you can start a new curve. And if you can keep that going, for example, Tide, great traditional brand, they've done this rebooting of the curve around 60 times in as many years. Next. When we look at the left side of the curve, the proactive innovators versus the reactive cost cutters, we see from sales growth, profit growth, employee growth, the percentage of sales from new products and percentage of sales to new customers, a difference anywhere from double to 10 times as much from the left side to the right side. So the notion is that innovation is vital to the overall health of any business. So innovation engineering is a management system for innovation. It addresses 3 critical phases in new product development: the create, commercialize, or communicate and commercialize, with very specific tools tested, proven to be more effective. It transforms innovation from event-based to systematic. Delivers, again, the increased innovation speed up to 6 times and decreased risk 30 to 80%. Often when you think of going faster, you're making the trade-off of incurring more risk, and we can actually reduce risk while speeding you up. It increases a culture of continuous, or creates a culture of continuous innovation by using stimulus, leveraging diversity, and driving out fear. Next. 3 parts to the stool here: commerce, academia, and government. It is the innovation program of the Department of Commerce's manufacturing extension partnership system. It's trained their small business clients in the system. Those are companies under 500 million. University of Maine and others pending. By the end of the year, there'll be 20 universities that have innovation engineering as a minor and a graduate certificate. Working with them at IIeX Go, our focus is to bring innovation engineering to larger businesses. Couple of key mindset shifts. We go right into it early on. Uncertainties and risks, instead of using them to kill ideas or to kill initiatives, we just label them death threats and get to work on them. So actually having some fun with that. Next one. You start here with the big, scary death threat instead of going to the small problem, which is often kind of the cop-out. So we get right at it. If the death threat can't be worked around, the project's killed, and you simply move on because you have a nice hopper of other ideas coming. Next. Mindset shift number 2 is the Deming cycle: plan, do, study, act. Fail fast, fail cheap. Get it going. Try it. Just get it going. Dissolve fear by making it real. Dissolve fear by just getting on it and not spending too much on any one thing. The old way for too many of our clients, and you probably recognize this on the left side, is expensive and slow. Instead of plan, do, study, act, it's plan, study, 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 study. The new way is to dissolve these risks with very small steps, things that you can do in 1 week, 7-day cycles to break it down. Next mindset shift is the 7-day cycle: go, no decisions every week. Next. Find the killer death threat, break it down into those manageable problems so you can complete one full cycle every 7 days. Shift number 4 is technology unleashed, getting technology involved very early on with technology and expertise mining and embedded in each of those phases. Support from the innovation supply chain. It's not just working with your vendors to reduce costs, but actually to be sources of innovation as well. And a very important thing that's just launching is the portal, super search, easy tech mining, 9 different searchable databases, including full patent office mirroring. Every Tuesday is the update on that. And the leading academic research database, which is EBSCO-host. It's all part of the package. Next. 3 levels of innovation engineering. The basic was just the tools for all personality or brain types, left and right brain. The system itself, an integrated, define, discover, develop, deliver system. And then the end game is actually cultural change, which is where we ultimately want to go because we know that culture eats strategy for lunch. Lastly, how to get it going is Innovation Engineering Accelerator session to speed up these newly identified projects. 4 days plus 8 one-hour coaching sessions weekly for 8 weeks to see if we can get 2 projects going using the system. Black belt training, we use the language from Six Sigma. For up to, we recommend getting at least 2 client company associates going on black belt training to create internal process coaches. And we thank you. I'm Adam Hansen. My colleague Greg Cobb will be around here as well.